Hi, everyone.
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast, season 2, episode 8. We're almost done, but we're still full of
God,
drama.
I just love this show. It just makes my heart sing.
It makes me laugh out loud.
This is my favorite episode, and I will tell you
Also,
once we get there why.
I absolutely love the theme song, and I'm mad they
Cut it out in
like cut
future
out.
seasons.
Yeah, but they do that with a lot of Bravo shows now. Like, I want
I
the
know, but they
full
kept it for a
everything.
long time. I'm
I
pretty
know.
sure this season we don't get
We
it,
gonna
which this isn't really a
summer.
spoiler. This is just a
We do
production
just,
thing
yeah.
or like an editing thing. Is I'm pretty sure the summer of 2020, that season.
Cut it out
Yeah.
because we didn't go to the city because
Yes.
you guys, there was COVID. That's
There,
not a
yeah, that's not
spoiler.
really a real
That's like
spoiler.
real. That's like real.
That's
um
just like life thing.
we couldn't go to the city. New York was shut down. Okay. So before we get into the podcast, check out our other podcasts on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this one. We have It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast. We have One Season Wonders, the show where Meredith and I find a show that only has one season and talk about it, which we will do until we die because we love. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. We have no new ratings and no new reviews.
Help that, please. I like
Five
reading them.
stars. 5 stars only.
I'll take anything. I'll read the ones that I'll read anything.
No, because the bad ones are about me.
I know I love it. Give me more
uh
shit talking on Alicia. Just kidding. If you're gonna do at least give us 5 stars and then you can also shit talk
yeah,
Alicia.
you should talk to me all you want. It's like if someone gave me $1 and was like, "Can I punch you in the face?" I'd be like, "Sure, pay for it. That's fine."
Alicia's willing to get verbally punched in the face
For
for
five
five
stars.
stars.
Um, okay. Also, follow us on Instagram at at Vanderpasta. For a second, I was like, wrong show, but that's our Instagram for everything.
There's so much I've
Um,
wanted to share of other people's things that they're doing, but like I just sometimes feel like I'm annoying. So if you ever want anything shared, DM it to us.
oh, dope. Do that.
Cause
Give me
like
ideas.
there's a lot going on because there's a live season was by the time this comes out, it was already filmed. But like I always have a conundrum of like how much do I share?
Share it all.
All right.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Um
I'm making executive decision because it's our podcast. Share it all. Who the fuck cares? Unfollow us if you hate us. No, usually people follow us the more we share. So just do that.
that's true. It's a fun time. I love DMing people, and since we're in like off seasons, it's been sad.
I know I only DM for the live seasons because that's when I tweet and put it all out there. It's a fun time. Also join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to our pre-shows where Meredith and I talk about whatever we want, whatever we're feeling. We could probably complain because we're big complainers. Whatever, it's fun. Also, you get access to any episodes we record early, including this episode. You could have had it earlier. You didn't. That's on you. Figure it out.
Don't do it
Uh,
again.
for $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after shows that we do when we go back and watch old seasons, just like this one, to discuss all the Bravo news we want. Because we don't want to do these with spoilers, except the one spoiler we told you about the theme song, but that's fine.
About COVID happening. Crazy
COVID.
thought
Oh my God, you guys, there was this pandemic we all went
in
through.
what was it, like 3 years there's COVID?
I love our spoilers. But the rest of the Bravo spoilers are on the after show. And then also we'll say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Chris, Danae, Dustin, Jackie, Casey, Kimberly, Cameron, Tiffany, Tracy, Gina, Jennifer, Kelsey, Mariah, and Sarah.
Woohoo.
We love having you guys
We
as our
love,
friends.
love, love.
And then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, during live seasons, which my God, will there be some? For live seasons, you get to give us all your thoughts, questions, concerns, literally anything you want to say, and we will read them on the podcast and discuss them. And you'll know when we read them because I'll like it, so you know that it's coming.
Oh,
Because that's
behind
how
the
I keep
scenes.
track. That's how I keep track of what we've said. Um, and then also, where was I going with this? Oh, live shows. Yeah, we got this Summer House is coming back for season 7. Vanderpump Rules is coming back for season 10. Uh Winter House is coming back for season 2, which
I
is
honestly anticipate Winter House coming back as soon as we're done releasing all of these for season 2. So
There's
we're
never a
very
break.
close to Winter House if this is live now.
Also, once we finish this up, we will reach out to the $5 patrons, something regarding One Season Wonders, which is truly our best work. So
maybe they should decide between the 2 that we talked about on our post show last time.
oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be really fun.
We already have the
actually.
next one lined up, but then the second one, which one is it? The one that you won or the one that the other fans voted for?
I want everything that okay, so I always want like these really hidden ones, and I know that
No, I love that's all
but
that I've wanted
actual
that since
people
day one of this show.
but actual people want to watch or like us to do shows that they've probably watched
That's
or are
actually
interested
really
in.
true.
But like we want to do fun ones that are going to be funny to talk about, because I feel like the one the audience picked is just going to piss me off.
I'm kind of excited to be pissed off because right now I'm in a love bubble of Summer House watching.
Vanderpump Rules comes and we just get pissed.
Then I get
pissed.
Again. So it's like maybe I do need to be pissed off again.
Actually, I'll vote. I'll have everyone vote. That'll be funny. Okay. But yeah, you'll be involved with One Season Wonders too. And then also we'll pick a patron of the episode and give you a fun little shout out. So this episode's patron of the episode is Dustin. Woo-hoo. Our guy, one of our podcast parents, just the best, makes the coolest coasters, you guys.
Coasters, koozies, you loser.
I don't drink beer. I'm just kidding. I drink White Claws.
Yes.
But he has them.
They're the skinny cans. They're
skinny koozies.
Or the like normal beer can. There's both and they are epic.
So cool.
But I would say if you've only seen up to now, you will need to wait for live seasons to understand it. So just pre-purchase and then you'll understand it later.
Or he has Vanderpasta ones related to Summer's Fun and the Vanderpump Rules podcast, where, like I said, I post tweets during live seasons on our Instagram that I find fucking funny. Luckily no one ever takes it too seriously, and please God never do. But yeah, he'll like post a tweet on the back, which is fucking hilarious. I'm sure if you asked him for like a specific tweet, maybe he could like do it. But also he has just cool koozies that don't have to do with us.
That's
so if
true.
You're looking for fucking koozies, just go check out Dustin. We can give you the link. Just DM us on Instagram, Vanderpasta. We will give you all the links.
Or it's in our main feed.
Link. Oh my God, go check him out.
As a koozie connoisseur, I really love seeing his page.
Oh my God, I showed my parents and they were like, that's actually really cool, because they don't believe that anyone listens to this, which is like fair, because what parent would? What good parent would?
You're like, Mom,
Chris.
I'm really cool.
I'm like, look, people listen. And she's like, is that your fan? And I'm like,
yeah. No, it's my friend.
So Dustin, fucking thank you for, I'm gonna rub it in my parents' face. I'm buying them it for Christmas, so everyone be ready.
Oh my God, I love that idea.
Yeah, a little piece of me.
I'm buying everybody in my family a koozie.
Yeah, right? It's easy. It doesn't cost like $25, and it's about me. Okay, let's get to other people that aren't us, because I'm sure everyone hates this. We never shut up. Okay, so
talk about a episode of celebrations.
Should I talk about a bunch of other narcissists? Sounds good.
Getting off us. I love that idea.
So previously on Summer House, Carl and Lauren are no longer together. Oof, how long will that last? Kyle turned 35, which is way older than I thought for some reason, even though I knew, but still every time it's
at one point in my life, I definitely knew his age in the season. I forgot it.
Like, I thought he was 35 now. Like, I just think his forever age is 35.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I was thinking like, oh, if somebody told me he was 32 in this season, I'd be like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, he's 35. And he threw a party to protest growing up. But Amanda really wants Kyle to grow up. Stephen went on a date with Travis and it went really well. Danielle hooked up with a DJ named Kevin.
Damn.
And we left off when Everett came to Kyle's birthday party and Lindsay spotted him. Ooh. Wow. I got thoughts on this relationship. Can't wait. Let's get into it. So it's Sunday, 3:32 p.m. Kyle's birthday is going strong. There's boobs out. There's hoo-has out. We're drinking a lot. And then Everett walks in, and literally Carl and Kyle go towards Everett, and everyone else goes towards Lindsay. And they're like, oh God, are you fine? Like they're nervous.
This is so
know.
middle school. I love it. It's like, oh, are you okay?
Are you okay? Your ex just walked in. And Lindsay's like, oh my God, what do I do? And Steven's like, you should catch him off guard. Go over there.
I agree.
And she's like, great. So she hustles on over there. Even Lauren's like, hey, are you okay? Do you want to talk? And she's like, no, nope. Fuck you. And so she goes in, everyone's watching. They go, oh my God, she's going in. She goes in for a really long hug, which everyone says is a very good sign. I love everyone watching. And then they walk away together.
Yes.
Immediately. They're like,
she's like, let's go talk. And I love this because she doesn't want everybody in the house to see. I mean, obviously the cameras are going to follow, so we get to see.
We get to see.
But I wouldn't want my housemates to watch this and pick this apart from afar.
But they do anyway, because the house gets army crawl to go spy. I'm sure they're too drunk to understand what they're saying. But
and I bet they think they're being so quiet.
Because, okay, so Everett and Lindsay are sitting, they're talking, we'll get in their conversation, but you can see like the camera is aiming at these people. If you look, you could see them crawling up in the back. And they're only God. Like a few feet away. Like,
yeah, it literally is not even like truly the woods. It's like there's a path, I think, around the house.
Yeah, they go into the woods.
And like they're on the path right at the opening of the path. And Steven and Danielle are army crawling like right next to it.
Because then when they're going to leave the conversation, they're like, Steven, let's go. Like, Danielle, let's go. And it's so loud. It's so funny.
Drunk, fake, sneaky people where they like, they really thought that they were probably whispering.
Everett could see them from his peripheral vision. This man fought in a war, okay? He could see you right there.
Good point. You're right. Like you cannot get past that, man.
So Steven describes this as a horror movie. Like when you watch a girl, she's about to go in the basement, and you're like, girl, don't go in the basement. Lindsay's going in the basement. So they go into this woods. Lindsay asks about the race. Everett says he missed her. Everett's been thinking a lot about their relationship and realized that Lindsay was giving Everett everything and he wasn't doing anything to show her that she mattered, and he wants to have a life with Lindsay. And Lindsay immediately goes, you've been saying that for a long time. And every time you do that, you just go back to your old ways.
Which, wow, way to give it to him.
And she's like, I can't hang out with you, Everett, until you prove that I'm what you want. And he's like, I'm happy to do that. And then she goes, great, so start by fucking me. And which he's like, okay.
He is like caught off guard,
laughing. He's like, she's dead serious. She does not crack a smile. I know,
which is insane.
The cameraman is like,
here you go. You have Everett's little, like, I'll say kind of fake little speech. He's given it 1,000,000 times, she said. Lindsay doesn't believe it, wants actions, not words. However, Lindsay wants the action of Everett inside of her.
Of fucking.
No matter what he says.
So he agrees, of course. So then we hop back to the party. I thought, okay, so just to end, I thought he was going to be like, sure. And they were going to like go back to the party, and then like he was going to stay the night, right?
Yes.
So we go back to Kyle's party. Someone brought Kyle a full bag of tea. Earl Grey, from what he said. And yeah, he is like, oh my God, a real tea party. And he dumps the tea in the pool.
This is my favorite part.
Oh my God.
Of Summer House. Every season, any season ever, this was rent free in my brain, because I just literally always gasp, like, what the hell?
I was like, oh my God, the amount of money we're going to have to spend to clean this out.
And I just love it, because it's not like Kool-Aid where immediately like Kool-Aid would be dumped into something and it's immediately red. Tea takes time. Like that shit's gotta soak. So it's like, the rest of the party, it's just gonna continually get worse.
Because then Amanda's like, Kyle, do you realize what you just did? Like, we're gonna need to filter the pool and like
No,
the water.
she was like, we have to completely drain it. You
drain it.
it,
Yeah,
it changes the color.
the color. And he's like, what? And she goes, do you know how tea works? Like, you
Have
dip a tea bag
ever put a tea bag in
into
water?
water, and then
Like,
it's
if you get all the tea out, the coloring would still be there, even if you add more water and keep filtering it.
Yeah. So Kyle didn't know how tea worked, which fair, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, you're only 35. How are you supposed to know that?
It's science. So then we get the cameraman, right? Okay, so Everett and Lindsay go further into the woods, but not far enough because the camera has still caught them. And they're like fucking in the, are they fucking in the woods?
I don't think
can't
they
tell.
are. I
You
don't
think they're
they
just
are.
humping and like dry humping?
They're just, I don't even know, but I don't think it's that because I feel like I didn't really see her legs around him.
I saw her legs around him, but his pants looked to be still on.
Yeah, I think this was just like them having alone time while trying to be on a TV show.
Also, you're mic'd up and you know that cameraman is gonna come
I think there just
you.
would have been more to it to tell us.
Okay, cool. Because then they're in the house and they're doing that same thing where she's like wrapped around him and she keeps doing sit-ups. Obviously, it's not sit-ups. She's like being really sexy and like leaning back and then coming back up, but it's like a sit-up.
I love hammered people. I love really drunk people.
I love that they're exercising.
I'm like,
free. Her abs are amazing.
Who said this was a good idea?
This was great. So everyone's doing this. Steven finds them and he's like, what the hell is this? Because it's like they haven't missed a beat. They're back together. They're gonna have 7 kids.
Lauren walks in too and is like, what the hell?
No one's happy that this is happening. So then Kyle's birthday cake comes out. We made it to get a real cake this time around with the numbers 53.
I feel like that's fitting. I feel like Amanda's trying to tell him you are old and 53 would hit that home.
And he's like, that says 50. He's hammered. That says 53. But yeah, Kyle's happy. He's as happy as he was when he saw or he touched his first boob at a 7th grade dance.
Only Kyle.
Shout out. That was in like the 70s.
I mean, we'll talk about Kyle and his progression on the post show because I have some thoughts about it.
Great. So
what year this probably is? Probably the 80s.
Probably. So Kevin the DJ is leaving. So him and Danielle have a makeout that we of course film and watch.
That was awkward. I hated it so much.
I hated it.
Because the DJ's sober, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because Danielle asked him last episode, you're sober and I'm having a margarita.
Yeah, it's like he got water and she got cocktails.
And I can't imagine a sober person is like, here, have the camera come in for a tighter angle. Why don't you? Right?
Yeah, I guess. But also, like, if he's not staying, there's no way they're both drunk and into this.
No, he's going to drive home. So
also, it is Sunday too. He probably has to work on Monday.
Probably. Travis is also leaving, Steven's date. But he did really good at the party. Hopefully we see him again.
I wanted more of them. We got so distracted by Lindsay and Everett.
This is the makeout we wanted and didn't get.
Seriously.
So then Everett is looking for the boys because we got a drink. We still see the pool slowly turning green from the tea. I think because of like the chlorine, it's not turning like completely brown.
I don't know. It's
the color is like weird.
It's so dark green now. And I love that Carl's like, bye-bye security deposit.
Honestly. So it's Sunday, 5:08. Lindsay's mad. She's stomping around outside. She's stomping around the house. And then she finally finds Danielle and says, this is a bad look for it. You need to go tell him that.
Which I was like, who? Well, first I was like, who is he making out with? Like, what girl is he flirting with? What is he doing? I can't believe him.
I knew he wasn't doing anything. I just saw Lindsay stomping and I was like, it's not.
Yeah, but like, if you're going to complain that hard, there has to be something for real. I was like, oh shit. He's probably talking to Carl and some girl and it looks like he's flirting with her.
Oh, like it looked, because if he was making out with a girl, Lindsay would have stabbed that bitch.
That's true.
Right there.
I was just thinking he was talking in the vicinity of a girl and someone else. And that pissed Lindsay off. And I kind of get it. Hammered Lindsay. Like, he says he wants to be with you. Why are we talking to another girl?
But no. She tells Danielle, go tell him. And Lindsay's mad because she's not the priority right now, even though he just said she would be. And then he's like, what the fuck is your problem? And she tells him, do you think you're just here to hang out with the boys? And I was like, it's Kyle's birthday.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, literally. If
I
you
know
weren't
it's a
here,
crazy thought, but like, he's with you at this party and he's talking to the guy whose birthday it is, who's the reason this party is happening, and he's talking to his other guy friend. I feel like
wait,
that's not a bad thing.
also, can we talk about if Lindsay hadn't approached him, he might have only talked to the guys.
Yeah.
So
What'd you think? Honestly, you kind of stopped him while he was talking to them. So maybe he was trying to finish a conversation.
like Everett literally came to this party for the boys.
Yeah.
Like the math just doesn't add up.
And
So
like
then
prioritizing you doesn't mean ignoring other people at a social event.
yeah, Lindsay, where'd you go? When did you guys separate? Did you leave him? Because then he probably just found someone else to talk to.
Prioritizing you is just like being at the things you're doing and caring about the things that you're
Like
doing
he's gonna
too.
spend the night with you tonight.
Yeah.
And like make sure you have food and water.
There's a lot of time in this day and still in this party. Like there's time for you.
You can
If he
talk
spent
to
the entire party and didn't talk to you again, I get it.
Shady.
Yes. But like
But
it's been 5 minutes since he was next to
talking to
you.
the dude whose birthday he got invited to.
His best friend too.
His best friend. So then Everett is like, can I talk to Carl? And Lindsay's basically like, fine, do it. But then leave my house. Leave my birthday.
Whoa, lines in sand. Basically, you can have no friends. Don't even look any single human being outside of me in the eye.
So Everett's like sad but confused. And then Lindsay goes up to her room to change into a cute, hot dress. Okay, good.
I don't know where she's going with that.
So then Lauren's like, Lindsay, let's talk really quick. And Lauren's like, what did he do wrong? And Lindsay cannot give her an answer. She's like,
oh, she's on a cute hot dress. She's in the bottom of their costume.
oh, she's in the slip.
Yeah. I was like, I don't remember the dress. And then I was like, oh, I remember this now that you're saying Lauren's talking to her.
Yeah. So Lauren's like, what did Everett do? Oh my God, I'm gonna kill him. And Lindsay's like, he's just,
she can't give an answer.
Is he talking to a different girl? No. Like offended that she was asked that. Is he ignoring you? No.
I think Lauren knew, quote unquote, what he had been doing, but wanted Lindsay to say why she was actually mad.
Yeah, because then Lauren goes, oh, he's just not giving you his undivided attention. And she's like, yeah, but then she loses it because she's like, he shouldn't give a fuck about anyone else at this house because I don't give a fuck about anyone here, and he shouldn't either. And if he does, he can leave this fucking house, which I'm like, he is literally at a birthday party for his best friend.
Yeah, and like you had the beginning of the party to hang out with all of these people, so it's really easy for you to say, oh, I could walk away now and just hang out with him. He just showed up.
Yep.
Give him a minute.
He went straight to the woods with you.
Yes, you like pulled him away from conversation, and he prioritized you when you told him you needed him.
He immediately went there. But then you probably went to go get a drink. He said, hey, Kyle, Carl, what's up? And then you were like, this is
fuck
the
you.
end.
We're done.
This is it.
We're done again.
And it's not even like I should talk to him and be like, why are you talking to someone else? She's like, kick him out, kill him, light him on fire. I don't care.
She is like so
losing it.
Like gasses up so quickly and goes to the worst extreme. And she's like, we're done. We haven't even started again, but we are done again.
So then it's Sunday, 7:21. Everett still has no idea what has happened because Kyle's like, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't know. She just started yelling at me. And then Lindsay walks in and is like, oh, you're still talking to the boys? Have fun.
Oh, God.
I can't even take it seriously because it's literally like a boy asked him a question and he answered. And Lindsay's like, oh,
wow. How dare you?
You're talking to the boys? And Everett, listen, I'm on Everett's side, but I still hate him because he looks at Lindsay and goes,
okay, but you're on his side for this like argument.
Yeah. I just hate him as a person.
Yes.
Because he looks at her and goes, Lindsay, I thought we had a productive conversation earlier, which like, just shut up. Just be like, argue with me back. Don't be an asshole about it.
No, he doesn't need to argue with her back. This will explode.
I'm not saying productive conversation are big buzzwords, but Everett does that. He'll like pick the biggest
in
word
all
he can use.
Facets of his life, not just drunk Lindsay.
Literally all the time. So he could have just been like, I thought we had a good talk. No, I thought we had a productive conversation. He always sounds like he's an email. That's Everett.
That's true. That is really true.
Anyway, Lindsay's like, you know what, Everett? Sure, we had a productive conversation, but you should be bowing at my feet.
She clearly didn't communicate what she needed from him in their conversation in the woods.
I'm so sorry.
But like, also, these are kind of unrealistic expectations anyways.
It is so funny to me to be like, I can't believe you talked to someone. Like, I get it. Being drunk, I'd also be like, why are you talking to me? But I wouldn't immediately be like, I'm gonna kill him. I'd be like, hey,
I feel like would watch
me.
from the window and be like, this is so annoying. I can't believe he's doing this.
But then if he came up to you, you'd be like, why aren't you talking to me?
Yeah, I would still send Danielle. I wouldn't be like, wow, he's really gonna regret this. But I'd be like, hey, that's so annoying. Like, you should tell him he should
tell him to
put
come
me
talk
next to him. Yeah.
Because the minute he comes to talk to you, you're gonna be like, so now you want to talk to me? Let's talk.
Yeah.
I want to hang out. I want to hang out.
Now,
with you.
and see, yeah, I would play it off as a joke, like, oh, now you want to spend time with me.
And then if he was like, well, I'll leave, you're like, no.
Yeah.
Come here.
I'd be like,
I was just kidding.
We'd be like laying in bed at the end of the night and be like, oh, wow, so happy you prioritized me today.
And he'd be like, I'm gonna leave, and you'd be like, no.
I literally talked to the birthday boy, and I'd be like, okay, fine.
That would be me. I'd be like, why aren't you talking to me? And he'd be like, well, you're gonna be bitchy. And I'd be like, no, I'm sorry, just come hang out.
But not like, wow, talk to anybody else again and get out of here.
Drunk me would have inserted. I'd be like, what are you guys talking about? Can I join?
That's the thing. I feel like I would have like lurked around to be like, come here. And when he would like, he probably, if Lindsay asked him to come over, he would have immediately come over.
Everett, I want to hang out. Can we hang out?
And then he probably would have been like annoying and been like, I want to talk to Kyle. Like, I haven't seen him. It's his birthday.
They could have all three hung out as friends.
So come with
Amanda
me.
could have. We could have double dated this drunk conversation.
I mean, just bring Lauren in at this rate. Let's bring all the crazy
anything.
Let's get Lauren and Carl together, Everett and Lindsay, Amanda and Kyle.
All the couples, round them up. Bring back DJ Kevin. He's got to be here for Danielle.
No, DJ Kevin is normal. We only want dysfunctional couples.
We'll put Steven and Danielle in a couple. That's dysfunctional because one doesn't like the other like that. So Lindsay is so mad. And this is when she says, we're supposed to be, you'd rather talk to the boys than fix our problems. And he's like, I can't fix our problems drunk in 3 minutes. Like, we're going to have to do it later, which is reason. And we don't like reason when we're drunk. So I get it. So then now Amanda's like, Lindsay, can we really not do this at Kyle's birthday?
Yeah. Like, today isn't the day for this.
Lindsay loses her damn mind. Fuck you, Amanda. Fuck you, Kyle. Fuck you, Everett. She's gonna kill you in your sleep. Bye.
I get this from Amanda. Like, listen, today's not the day. Not like to like argue with someone. It's you're not gonna solve all your relationship problems today.
And Kyle asked Lindsay, like, please no fighting.
That's true. That is very true.
There's no fighting. And she said, okay, but what's happening? There's a fight. So Amanda tries to stick up for her boyfriend. She gets yelled at. Carl eventually takes Everett away to remove him from the situation. But then Lindsay yells after him, oh, you just want to go hang out with Carl now?
Oh my God.
Which is just, Everett is like, I cannot win. I should have stayed home.
Honestly, there is no one Everett could talk to without pissing off Lindsay. Even him sitting in a corner alone would piss Lindsay off.
Oh my God, just so fun. Also, just to make it more Everett, as he's walking out being yelled at by Lindsay, he goes, this is bonkers. I hate him. Anyway, so Steven is in the hot tub in his dress, hearing about all the drama that's happening, because why put on a swimsuit?
Oh my God, he's the queen. He can do whatever he wants.
Lindsay goes outside with the girls to fucking bitch about how much she hates Everett. And, she probably would have gotten laid if she would just shut up for 5 seconds.
Honestly, she didn't even need to shut up. She just needed to tone it down in half. And she still could have gotten laid, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, I believe Everett showed up willing to take some yelling. But this much yelling over nothing is what he wasn't willing to take.
He can't get a word out. Besides,
True.
I thought we had a productive conversation. This man did not say any other words.
It wasn't worth saying anything, let's be honest.
No. And then Carl, who I'm sure escorted Everett out because he's by the door, he like trips and spills his bottle. So then he's like sweeping it up. And Lindsay walks by and she goes, "Nice job, Carl." And he goes, "Are we good?" And she's like, "No, you're on my shit list. And that's unfortunate for you." And I fucking died because if someone looked at me and said, "That's unfortunate for you," I'd be like, "Oh."
I would have gone, "Oh no.
Oh no." It's a big brother joke, but pretends to be shocked. Okay, so it's Sunday, 11:58 p.m. Somehow people are still living. Stephen gets a text from Travis to meet up at a bar.
Ooh.
So Stephen leaves.
Clearly the party went well.
Good for Stephen. And then it's Monday now. We've made it to Monday morning, 1:53 a.m. So we didn't make it far. But Kyle had a great day, but Amanda says it's time for him to grow up. And then she mentions that his legs are skinnier than hers. What a way to emasculate someone, am I right?
I've had that moment though where it's like, why are you so much skinnier? I could never fit into your pants, but you could fit into mine.
I love that. No one watches the Mindy Project, but there's a great joke where she's in bed with this guy, and it's Mindy Kaling, so she's very open about being curvy. And she's in bed with this guy, and he's gonna go grab him coffees or something, and he puts on her pants, and he goes, "Wow, when did my pants get so big?" And she goes, "Oh my god, take those off, they're mine." And he's like, "This is kind of cute, me wearing your clothes." And he's like, "This is so cute. Look at us in a couple." And she's horrified.
Oh,
she's like,
no.
"Take off my pants."
No, I don't like that.
So that's the joke, but it is very funny. So then Sarah Rando is in bed with Lindsay. So Lauren has to sleep with Danielle. Who would have thought those two are sharing a bed together?
Yeah, what a little like swapperoo here.
And then right before we go to bed, Amanda goes, "Remember, Kyle, we have to drain the pool." We just can't have any fun.
God forbid the tea sits there longer.
So we've made it to the real Monday morning, 7:36 a.m. Stephen is home, getting a slice of pizza and glowing.
Good for him.
We're so happy. But then we get like shots of the mess that is this house.
Oh,
My anxiety went up. This is why I'd be like, I never want a summer house where we throw parties. Like I would, and then I'd look at this and be like, I don't know if I want that anymore.
This happens in my parents' house. And like we have a huge family friend group. It's not this bad. I mean, we don't have a pool. There's no tea in the pool, but like there's just shit everywhere because no one wants to clean it up that night. And I get it, but there's nothing worse than other people making a mess and you having to clean all of it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. So Kyle texts the group chat because he's up and he's like, "Hey guys, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we got to clean." And Lindsay reads it and she goes, "What the fuck?" Like offended that we must help to clean.
Which I think I was like, oh, maybe she'll just like, now that she's not drunk, she'll be like, okay. You know, like the fight really was over nothing yesterday. Let's be honest. That like, especially with her roommates, there wasn't anything that they did outside of just talking to her. So I understand maybe like being like, oh, it's too early. Like, I don't want to deal with this yet. But it seemed like she's mad. She has to clean up for a party she hosted.
God forbid. So then the tea's bad in that pool. It's all bad. And then they hired, I think, 2 pool cleaners to try and take care of it because there are 2 rando guys.
Yes.
It's not the landlord, clearly, because he's not mad.
Yes, definitely 2 pool guys. And Kyle says, like, thanks so much for getting here so early, which, you know what? I'm going to give Kyle a pat on the back here right now for being a true adult in these moments because, like, he knows how to solve problems. He's really good at that shit. So, yeah, he got 2 pool guys here.
Hire someone else to do it.
My favorite thing is they're like, how did the tea get in the pool? And he's like, oh, you know, we were reenacting the Boston Tea Party. And I was like, stop talking.
No.
Just stop. Just say it was an accident. A bag broke open. Somebody jokingly gave you tea.
Someone gave me
into the pool.
A bag of tea as a joke, and somehow it ended up in the pool, and we were drunk. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what they're literally like handfuls of this tea out of the skimmer, which tells you how much tea is in this pool because the majority of it sank to the bottom.
we were actually reenacting the Boston Tea Party for fun. Fuck you. You don't want to know what was really happening. He sounds like a nerd. He's like, we're reenacting. No. You don't want to know what really happened? Someone jokingly gave you this tea and you went, and poured it in
Gotta
the
throw it
pool.
in.
Like a nightmare child.
But as Kyle's walking away, he's like, it was a really great party though.
These two guys are probably like, can we come to your next one?
Seriously.
So Lindsay's not cleaning, but she's not like doing a ton, but she's also not talking to anyone.
Oh yeah, she's not acknowledging anyone.
It's so awkward that Kyle has to be like, so how's everything with Everett? And she's like, look, I'm sorry that I got a little heated, but there was a lot of emotions that run through me whenever I see Everett, which like, don't put the but. We know you're not sorry, girl.
That's the thing. Just say, listen, I saw Everett yesterday and I got really emotional. Anything you want to say after and I'm sorry, say before. Do your explanation before and say, I was really emotional yesterday. Anytime I see Everett, it's terrible. I should know that, and I'm really sorry.
No, not Lindsay. But then Kyle's like, we get it. It's hard, but it's also hard to root for you when you like get set off by nothing.
Yes. And truly, the roommates did nothing.
Everett truly didn't. I mean, this time, today. I'm sure that
yes. Everett did a lot, so I understand why Lindsay's emotions were high with him and how it got so bad with him.
On Kyle's birthday, he did nothing.
But on his at the party he did nothing. But the roommates especially did nothing. There was nothing.
They asked her to maybe stop fighting on Kyle's birthday.
They like asked her questions, and she like was like, "You can burn this house down right now."
Yeah. So Lindsay is basically like, it was Everett's fault, but I'll take responsibility for my emotions. But really, this is when you're like really embarrassed that you did something the night before. Yes. So you like play it off. You're like, it wasn't my fault.
And let's be honest, the roommates, I think, know this. So it's just like, hey, can we just at least address that you yelled at me yesterday? I really don't need an apology, but like, let's just not act like yesterday didn't happen.
Rough morning. Am I right?
Seriously, so now, I hate to be Lindsay.
I know. So it's Monday, 10/12. Everyone's packing. We don't know who's working. Kyle has a shit ton to do because he's an entrepreneur and he's got Phoenix.
Right after they say like who's working today, we get the timestamp of like 10/12 or something.
Like, and I'm like, going in the office.
It's too late. Like, even if you said you were gonna come in for a half day, it's too late.
I mean, come in the second half of the day.
You're like, I will be there for a quarter of it.
Danielle forgot she has her friend's bachelorette party next weekend in Canada. So she's not going to be here for Lindsay's birthday. And Steven is also not going to be here because he's going to go see his family in Alabama.
I cannot wait to meet them.
I know. And as we know, his parents don't accept him as being gay. So it's going to be hard. So now we're back in New York City on Tuesday. Kyle's doing push-ups in his apartment. He shouldn't have gone out last night. So that means like, after his party, this man went out the next night.
What happened to we can't see Amanda on weekdays because we have too much going on? It was a Monday night.
What happened to I have a shit ton of work to do?
Is this okay? Can you tell me, Miss Alicia, who lives in New York City, is going out every night of the week like a big thing?
No, I think COVID really killed it.
Yeah.
For example, I think people used to be like, we'll go to work, we'll grab drinks, we'll see where the night takes us.
Yeah.
And now that's more planned because so many people work remote and like it's a little more complex. You still go out. It's more like Thursdays are very big now. Yeah. This is definitely how it was before because when I would visit my friend in New York, it was like every night we had something to do. Yeah. Now it's very like,
well, I'm already home, so I'm going to stay home.
Office. Are you traveling? Are you
That's true. Even Chicago, when we lived there, I feel like you did more spontaneous things throughout the week because you were at an office. Like, oh, let's meet up right after work.
It's weird that like, I remember that being like, oh, we're going to grab drinks after work. Cool. And then like, you still have time to go home and like do whatever. And now if someone asked me to grab a drink after this, I'd be like, oh, I like literally, I can't. Because I don't want to, and I
don't want to put on jeans. I'm already in t-shirt and shorts. Honestly, that's what goes through my mind. Typically, is like I'm already in comfy clothes and I'm at home.
Mine's just like I'd have to like shower and like do things to get ready, and then like come back. Like I have my night planned. I'm gonna watch TV.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Wednesday, Carl's boss spoke to the guys and got his numbers and believes Carl can get the job. Corporate America, baby.
Good
Spoke to the
luck, Carl, on the
guys.
new job.
So then Thursday, oh, I loved this. Danielle's mom and brother are at her apartment. Her mom comes every other week with a bunch of food. This is my
Love.
dream.
Her mom is Puerto Rican, right?
Yes.
I would go off on this. I need to be friends with Danielle.
You get empanadas.
I want all of it. I
They look-
spent 6 weeks in Puerto Rico and now I'm obsessed with their food.
This is your girl. I know
My
what
girl.
I know, not to be creepy with Danielle, but she posts it. I know what neighborhood she lives in.
I mean, it's not
go-
hard to figure it out with that, like these types of
I know,
stars.
I could figure it out.
Also,
But,
her mom is so cute and
her
she
mom
looks
is
so young.
cute. Oh my God. Danielle looks young. She's 28 and she literally could pass for 22.
True.
They have good genes.
I
think it's Latin ladies because my mom has great genes. Like she does not look like she has 3 adult children. Like people are
Damn.
always like, you have a daughter that's 27, and she's like, yeah, and they're like, holy shit, you look 40.
Man.
I think it's Latin because I don't look like. Listen, my sister and I got those white genes that are gonna age us.
For those who don't know, Alicia's dad is Italian and her mom is Guatemalan.
My dad has the worst genes that we all kind of got, and we hate him for it. But yeah, so just so you know.
I love.
So Danielle still doesn't have a job. Don't worry, she's not gonna move home. But her mom's like, no, wait, I'd love it if you moved home.
Oh, I actually love this.
I would move home with this woman.
Me
She's
too.
so cute.
I mean, okay, are they local? They have to be somewhat like
She comes once every 2 weeks, they've got to be somewhat at least New Jersey, right?
Why did my parents do this when I had my own apartment in St. Louis? Like, why didn't they come stock my fridge every other week and bring me food?
Know. My mom only did this in COVID in the summer when she had nothing to do because then she could drive to the city, give me food. And then so one time she gave me food and I fucking cried. I was like, that was the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
I want food.
She was like, I live 45 minutes away. And I was like, I know, this is just love.
Don't you wish there could be like a pulley system between your house and their house where it's like they could just like send you things? I guess that's what the mail is, but
I already told my parents, I was like, when you guys move out of Chicago to your next state, just get like get the large house that you don't think you're gonna need, because I'll move back in and I'll pay for like half the rent. You could charge me rent.
Oh, I'm doing that right now between my 2 rooms in my parents' house and I don't pay rent.
But as like an adult, like when they're retired, and I'm like, I'm moving back in.
My aunt does that. She's single, doesn't have kids, so she built 2 master suites. So my grandparents have a suite and she has a suite.
I'm going to live with my parents forever.
I love it because I just travel and then I don't pay for anything.
I love them so much. Anyway, so then her mom works at a hospital. We find out she's a single mother, took care of her and her brother. And then Danielle's being funny. She's like, I have no job, I can't cook. And then her mom's like, yeah, and you have no boyfriend, and I have no grandkids.
Roasting her.
Like,
I love this mom.
Want to hit close to home. I also can't cook.
I like seeing people's families. It makes me super happy. It's so cool to see Danielle was raised by like such a strong, independent woman.
So cute. She's gonna be just fine. She's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
So then Saturday, Stephen is on his way to Alabama.
Woo.
He's stressing. So
I'm stressed. I was like stressed when he lands and walks out of that airport. I'm like, here we go. This is it.
We see his drive there, and then we come up on like this cute house with like very country backyard. It looks like a Charleston kind of house.
Yeah, you're right.
Kind of cute, yellow, and then you go to the back and you're like, there's a tractor.
There's a farm here. Yep. Yeah. We got it all.
So we see Cletus. I only know Cletus because everyone says his name. I didn't catch anyone else's name.
I literally, as soon as I saw him, I was like, Cletus, here we go.
His mom, Stephen, has 3 siblings and also a dog who's very happy to see him. Stephen immediately starts rearranging the new furniture.
Good for him. It definitely needed it.
So then we meet Stephen's family a little bit. He has a younger sister who's 7 years younger than him and a younger brother who's 10 years younger than him. So Stephen's still getting to know them because he was basically gone when they were growing up.
Oh, wait, really quick. So how old is he?
Let's say 28.
Okay, so then oh wait, yeah, that makes sense. Or I think he's 27 because he moved to NYC 8 years ago when he was 19, I think they said.
Oh, okay. So 27,
So then his sister is 20
20, and his
and
brother's
his
17.
17. Okay, that makes sense because they were
Which
talking
makes
about like high
sense.
school stuff.
That kid's in high school.
And they were
Yeah.
talking about, I think, the 20-year-old leaving the house or something.
Oh, and his mom's gonna fucking have a little piece of her die every
Yeah.
time someone leaves her house.
But when he left, they were 12 and 9. So yeah, he did miss like a lot of,
Most of their life.
yeah.
And then he has an older sister who has 2 kids, and they were very close growing up. But then once he realized he was gay, I think, and and you feel this, right? Like you kind of know you're not going to be accepted, so you pull back and withhold. So then that kind of strained him and his older sister's relationship. But we're here to get to know the family, be on better terms.
You know what, I do have to say one thing. I feel like I'm proud of this family for accepting cameras into their home. Like there's a moment that this could have just
Oh,
happened and they wouldn't
same.
allow this. So I think
I'm
I bet this like
Really?
cracked open some stuff whenever it aired for the first time.
I'm surprised.
Me too.
I don't think my family would love to have cameras if I was
No.
like,
And not because like your parents would be so accepting if they had
oh
and
yeah, yeah. I
if
think
they
it's
have
a
a gay
privacy
child.
thing.
But yes, that's a thing. So it's like not only a privacy thing, but then knowing that that family probably already knows that they have discord on this topic. So like doing both of these, I'm like, I
Yeah,
want to give them a little credit.
yeah, for sure. So then we're gonna do dinner with grandma and grandpa at Fat Boys Barbecue. And then we talk about Cletus and his bees. And we have to crack the hive open for some honey.
It's been raining so much, we can't get to them because they're just a little feisty. And Steven's like, I don't want to get near any
I don't
feisty
like
bees.
bees. Okay, so back to New York. It's 3:15 p.m. It's Lindsay's birthday weekend. Kyle, Amanda, and Carl get to this party bus. None of them have really talked to Lindsay since the blowout. But when Lindsay's mad, she sees red, so they kind of understand. But then Kyle, he's got himself a love letter from Everett to Lindsay that he got this morning delivered from Everett.
Yikes.
And Everett's going to send flowers to the house. And everyone groans, just like we're kind of doing.
Yeah, because it's like you don't know how it's gonna go. I don't want to deal with this the first day we get back to our summer house.
Yeah. But then as they're talking about it, Lindsay sneaks on up. Thank God she's not very stealth. She just like explodes.
Dude, the worst when you're talking about someone somewhat negatively and then they're just right up there and you're like, I hope they didn't hear anything.
Oh, this bitch did, and she immediately just jumped at them. But she's here. She's got booze on booze on booze. Meat is back.
Yeah.
Lindsay knows this is when Lindsay's reflected. She knows she wasn't great at Kyle's birthday, so she owes her roommates a night of fun with no Everett. So it's Lindsay's fucking birthday. She does apologize for being a complete psycho, but we're gonna have a great night because it's like Havana night, but Hub Vanna night. Everyone get it? And then she shakes her fake boobs. When did she get these?
No, they're not fake yet. They're too small.
Oh, okay. Spoiler.
Slight spoiler. Lindsay gets a boob job. No, she has
They
not
look
gotten that
bigger
big.
than normal.
I think
Shout
she gets
out.
them at the end of this season.
Oh, cool. Shout out. So then we're back in Alabama. We watch Cletus get some honey with Steven, and Steven is not about it.
Dude, they have those little like protective gear things on, but only on the top. I thought they were putting on a full suit. I'm Steven. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. And his dad's like, if you move quickly, they'll come after you. And I'm like,
can't not
stop.
Move quickly.
Then get me out of here.
I'm one of those people that's so scared of bugs.
Same. There is a wasp in my parents' basement, and I literally screamed bloody murder and ran upstairs and asked my dad to kill it. And my parents think I'm such a wuss, and I don't care.
Spiders, someone needs to kill it. Bees,
I can do spiders. I don't like things that can really come at me fast. A spider I can run away from, and they can't catch me.
I don't even like having flies sneak up on me. Like if it buzzes in my ear, I'm just like, oh, it's the worst.
Just let me be.
I don't like bees though. I want to be clear. I've never been stung by a bee.
I have.
Hate it.
But I think it's kind of like a shot, like you only get shots so many times a year that you like, I personally like overthink it.
Yeah.
So like same with bees stinging me. I'm sure it wouldn't be terrible, but like I don't want it.
I don't want it. Steven prefers pizza rat over country bugs. I agree. Pizza rat
Agreed.
is a New York staple. The
Agreed.
rats, you just deal. There are no, but I saw a fucking
Yeah, but they're
fly
not going to be like
today.
in your house, in your room, most likely.
No.
You know, like a bee
Or
could follow you in the house.
there was actually, it wasn't a fly, it was a bee. I was grabbing my breakfast this morning and a bee fucking flew in front of me. It was just like a bumblebee, but still, I was like, the fuck are you doing here? Get out. Okay, so now it's Saturday, 4:09, Lindsay's birthday. Everyone's making out. Lauren and Amit. And Carl's fine with it.
No,
Lindsay
and Amit.
no, that's later. Lauren and Amit go
Oh,
first, and then it's Lindsay and Amit, and
I
then
missed
Lindsay and Lauren.
Lauren. What?
Lindsay and Lauren make out
I
too.
missed it. There was just dancing and there was a lot and there was boobs. There was a lot going on.
There were boobs. Amanda's boobs were out.
Lauren's boobs were out, which is normal.
Oh, it's all normal. Amanda's got great boobs. Those things are not saggy at all, and they're huge. I have so many questions. Okay. So then 6:22 p.m. Kyle has to pee in a wine bottle and it's spilling, but he fills up like the whole bottle, which is like impressive.
This wouldn't bother me, him peeing into a bottle, because like, wow, what a great thing that guys can do that.
Yeah,
I'm jealous. But the fact that he's filling up the whole bottle would piss me off at a certain point.
Why?
Well, it's like, because he says, oh my God, it's going to spill. And I'm like, all right, that's why I draw the line.
Gross.
If you can't do this and do it right, then let's stop.
Gross. You should hold it like the rest of us have.
Yeah, welcome to the goddamn club. You probably need to stop.
So then it's 8:03. We've made it to the house. The pool is clean.
Amazing.
Lindsay gives instructions on how to set up her birthday dinner that she has planned because, she has every detail. This is her job.
Okay, but her workers are guys who could not care less.
No, they can't even figure out that tablecloth. Super struggles. She hired a chef that specializes in Cuban and Latin themed dishes and a bartender named Jeremy. That's all I got.
I love this. Man, I want to be at this table.
I know. So then Amanda does the grossest thing ever. And I don't know why this grossed me up, but she takes Kyle's pee bottle.
No, she finds it.
Finds it in the foyer, dumps it out down the toilet.
I
don't know why it freaked me out.
This is where I'd really be pissed. I think she is so justified in being pissed, because if you're going to do this on the bus, then you need to handle it. And you know what he should have done is just immediately thrown it in the trash.
Yeah.
That would have been fine.
Amanda's here saving the world, pouring it out.
But to be honest, it was a rosé bottle, but still, it's yellow enough that what if somebody, I literally
could have drank it. It looked perfect Pinot
Grigio. White wine.
It looked like a perfect Pinot.
It really destroyed me, and I would scream bloody murder. I would never have dumped it, I would have screamed at him.
Should we make this worse? So then Amanda walks upstairs and finds Kyle peeing off the balcony.
We have bathrooms now. Why are we doing this now? Like, if he just did this one day separate from the other van event, I wouldn't be pissed. But after her dumping his pee bottle and him peeing on the van,
and now his pee's gonna be on the grass that she's gonna have to step on. It's just it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
So she yells at Kyle for the pee bottle in the foyer, and he's like, "It was corked, and it was just a joke.
No!
I was leaving it there to be funny."
No, I'm sorry. Your bodily fluids do not need to be anywhere where you think it's funny. I have a hard line with that.
So then we go back to Alabama. We need a break.
I'd rather be in Alabama at this moment.
Honestly. So we watch this pretty sunset. We're at Fat Boy's barbecue with the fam and the grandparents. Cletus talks about how he was so sad when Steven left for New York. And Steven admits his parents are lovely and they do love him. But that's not the issue. The issue is they don't accept him.
Yeah, and it feels then kind of like they only love, like he says, like 40% of him.
Yeah.
And that makes me so sad, because you can see the love that they do have for him.
Yeah, they seem like nice people.
Yes. And I bet that's even hard for him to reconcile, is they love him and they're nice people, but like, you are shunning a piece of me. So it's like, how am I mad at people who are nice to me? They're not like rude about him being gay, but that's not the problem.
It's just like, look, like we don't usually talk about politics. I though am like very liberal, and I do believe, obviously, like I couldn't imagine not loving. Not that it even needs to be politics. I mean, how do you not
Yeah,
love your kid like
I
fully? Like it
know.
wouldn't matter to me. I just can't
I feel like
imagine.
what it comes off to me is it feels like he has to justify why they need to love him for this.
Yeah, I just like I can't anyone I even remotely loved, if they were like I'm gay, I'd be like that's awesome, cool,
Yeah.
great. Like how could
I
it
feel like, to be honest, the
change?
way I'd respond, like in quote unquote in a bad ways, I'd be like, and like,
Yeah, what? So,
yeah.
and I
Where
have,
it's like I should be so being like so excited for them that they like can be themselves, and I'd be like, and I'm sure they'd
yeah.
probably want more from me.
And I had a few friends come out, and they were always very concerned about like what their parents were gonna think. And
Mm-hmm.
so then I thought, like, what if I was gay? Like, what would my parents accept me? And sometimes I was like, I think they just wouldn't fully like understand gay
Yeah.
lifestyle because they weren't as exposed to it as we are now.
Yeah, it's
But I
kind of a
don't think
learning
they
curve
would,
for some parents, and
yeah.
and that's okay. But it's been 8 years for Steven, so like we're
But
past the learning curve.
they also wouldn't be like, we don't want to hear about it. If anything, they would just
Yeah.
ask too many questions. And I'd be
Yes.
like, this was a
Or
mistake.
if they wouldn't say anything, it's because they're worried about the questions they're asking. But like,
Yeah.
if you brought it up, they'd respond. Like my
Yeah.
example is Steven's calling his parents and telling them he went to gay pride, and they don't even acknowledge
At
what he
least you're
said.
keeping busy. Like
Yes.
that hurts me. I'm trying to open up to you and you're like shutting me down.
Yeah.
It's hard. So then you do see how religious they are. They do a prayer before the food comes. Um, yeah, I mean, Steven just wants his parents to love him. So
Love
let's
him
go to
fully too.
yeah. So let's go to the other story. I love how we're about there's like a very emotional storyline and then
I
this
love
mess of
it.
people.
I mean, I hate
It's
it. I hate to see it, but I love how this is
we're
weaved
going back and
together.
forth. So it's 8:15 p.m. Kyle wants to rape some shots with a meat because he's like pissed at Amanda being pissed at his pissing. But
Kyle's
like,
solution to everything is let's just take a shot. Let's get hammered about it.
yeah. And he's telling Amit, like, we've only ever fought this summer. She's
Which,
so
shut
annoying.
up. They say that this whole
I
summer.
know. And then Amit is like, are you unhappy? And Kyle's like, no, I fucking love her. She's my person. She's a unicorn. I just don't want to grow up and be an adult. Which is, well, fuck you then. We all have to do it
Amit's too quiet and simple and normal.
to deal with.
Sometimes for this house, and
Yeah.
I wish it was like a book where we had his thoughts written out too.
Kyle really, or Carl, because he brought Amit in, really like undersold this house. He's like, me and a few friends just get this house in the Hamptons. Why don't you join a
Remember
TV
when
show?
Amit said the Coachella house was chiller than this? It's like a Coachella house should be like raging
Yeah,
and insane. Like a summer house should be like chill, a really great time. Yeah, I'm sure a little bit of drama will happen,
crazy.
but like this is constant from all angles.
So then we do more shots. Carl gets one for Lauren and the bartender Jeremy. I love that Carl tries to be really nice. He's like, Lauren, that's a great dress. And she goes, it's a jumpsuit. And
You
he's
know
like,
what? I've been here before though, where you're like, I hate you. I'm gonna act pleasant, but as soon as you say anything wrong, I'm gonna immediately correct you.
it's all bad. It's a little awkward. They're talking about anything with Jeremy. Jeremy's really in this.
You're like focusing so hard on this bartender that
This is great watermelon you got. Salted? I'm a
the
salty
bartender's
girl,
like,
Jeremy.
how am I the main player of this conversation?
He is the new
Don't
main
you guys live
character.
together and know each other?
No. So then the flowers get delivered, the ones that
Oh,
Everett got, but Kyle grabs them and Amanda's like, hey, let's put them in our room. Like dinner's not the time for them.
agreed.
Smart.
I actually agree with this. Like, let's
Agreed.
have Lindsay really love her dinner so then it's a full memory. And
Uh-huh.
honestly, selfishly, if I'm a roommate, I'm like, let's all have a really great dinner in case this blows up. Then if this blows up post dinner, I can leave to go
Fine.
out
It's
and I don't
fine.
have to sit at a table with her.
So it's 10:03 p.m. Habana night is happening. Lindsay looks fucking great in her outfit.
Incredible.
Amazing.
I love her little headband. I love that everybody's wearing these little straw hats. Like
Uh-huh.
this
It's
group
great.
dedicates to a theme no matter how big or small.
Kyle tries to give a speech, but he like doesn't say anything, and then the group cuts him off by saying happy birthday.
He's
He's too drunk.
hammered. He is
So drunk.
hammered. I didn't really realize it yeah, he's peeing off the balcony and like that should be a clue, but like it really hit me hard here.
Yeah, because so the food shows up, we're getting drinks, and then we just get a montage of Kyle like screaming and making noises and
Yeah.
drinking. Like he does not stop. And then he just gets up and leaves.
Yes, he has no social like or he doesn't have
Awareness.
self-awareness.
He's like Irishing goodbye this table right now.
I knew what was happening.
I
We got the
knew.
preview, and B, you and I have already seen these seasons. But all I thought is if I were sitting at that table, I would think, "Oh, I really hope he goes to lay down and accidentally passes out.
I would think he's going to throw up.
The dream. Anything but what he's about to do.
So he goes to get the flowers and the love note as he's talking to himself the entire time because he's so drunk. So he starts going up these stairs, and then one of his feet doesn't get high enough to reach the stair, and the foot catches and he just falls forward. It's like the perfect place for him to fall upwards.
Yes, he does save the flowers. He expertly saves the flowers.
His beer is gone.
Just fine.
So then he just lays there. Everyone sees him laying there with
nobody
flowers.
Gets up. Nobody really people go, what just happened? But like nobody is overly concerned. I feel like this is just Kyle. Drunk Kyle.
Kyle's just laying there. He like rolls onto his back. And then so Amanda, because she's so embarrassed, is like, I'm just gonna grab the flowers.
Well, and she knows about the flowers. I feel like if I didn't know about the flowers, I'd just think like whatever.
Kyle bought her flowers. Yeah. So then she grabs the flowers. She's so embarrassed. She tells Kyle, she's like, you situate yourself. I'm gonna go deliver this. Like, fuck you.
I'm gonna actually make this happen.
She brings the flowers, and then Kyle's here, and he's like, here's flowers and a love note from Mr. Everett. And Lindsay's like, great, you can throw him over the balcony.
Carl, throw him over the balcony.
Carl's like, no, we're in a glass vase.
We're not.
So then Kyle is like, are you kidding me? I got the flowers.
It's like Kyle actually bought them and hand delivered them himself. He's so mad.
Yeah. So then Lindsay, she says she's gotten tons of flowers from Everett. And you want to know what? She already has love letters from Everett. And the last one was May 11th. And you know what happened May 11th? It was the same day that Everett hooked up with a girl 4 hours after delivering that love letter. I have so many questions on how Lindsay got all these details, like exactly 4 hours.
But like, then of course, Kyle is trying to rationalize why he should have hooked up with somebody 4 hours later.
You didn't take him back. Let's gaslight Lindsay. You didn't take him back. So he's single still, hooking up with other people.
I can't. Like, Kyle's like, I don't get what the problem is. Lauren tries, I think, to explain to drunk Kyle.
Amanda's yelling at Kyle.
Yep.
Carl gets up because this is the worst birthday ever.
I feel like if I wasn't so nosy and loved to know what's going on, I would have been Carl.
I would have been a meat. I'd have been like, I'm waiting for the food.
But I'm a meat. I'm hungry. I'm gonna try not engage, but my ears are open.
Drama.
My ears are open.
I'm only here for the tea.
Yep.
So then Lindsay gets up and walks away. Fuck you, Kyle. And then she goes to her room and slams the door. And then Kyle is like, Everett can do whatever he wants. And Amanda's like, fuck you, Kyle. I want this lobster, right, Amit? It's like, yeah.
Amanda trying to bond with Amit. Like, we're here for the lobster,
he's like,
right?
Cut me out. I'm just hungry.
And he's literally like, oh, I thought I was invisible. Like, I just pretend I'm invisible.
He's like,
if
hey,
I don't
Amanda,
respond, I'm invisible.
Amanda, shut the fuck up. Turn your attention to someone else.
Telling people I'm at this table.
Calling me out, bitch. It's so funny. Then Kyle's done. I'm done with this couple. Oh, I hate them. Bleh.
Amit then speaks like words of reason, is like, listen, how about we just settle it here? He'll defend his best friend. You'll defend your best friend. Let's have the lobster.
What's the problem? He's so perfect. He's like, more for me. 2 people got up off the table. Kyle's not going to be able to eat anything. It's
how about we stop yelling?
These 2 skinny girls. I got it.
Amit's only problem is people yelling. So he's like, how about we stop yelling and I can enjoy 3 tails of lobster.
Kyle spilled his beer on the floor. How's the chef going to bring me my food? Do I need to clean?
I mean, it's horrible, but can we agree that it is wrong for Everett to try to win someone back and 4 hours later hook up with someone else?
Yes, it's wrong. On the technicality, he can do whatever he wants to do. Yes.
Then don't win somebody back.
If he's trying to prove himself, as Lindsay
Yes.
has so said he should, this was not the way to do it. The only thing I can think of is if Everett hand delivers this love note and Lindsay basically rips it up and goes, fuck you,
Yeah.
and like does a
True.
Kyle birthday
Depending
party.
on like what happened with like the interaction with them. But even so, if you care so desperately to try and get someone back, same day especially,
4 hours.
Your mindset should be elsewhere.
He didn't even give her the 12-hour notice. He fucking 4-houred her.
Seriously.
Okay, so we end the episode. We're in Alabama. We're all going through Steven's old stuff, some photo albums. Steven and Cletus and the mom, whose name I didn't get, but you know, Cletus is a staple of the
wife.
show. Cletus's wife. So Cletus says he's so proud of Steven, and his mom agrees. We're so proud of you, Steven.
My heart filled.
Steven then tells his parents it does get hard because, you know, like he's not super close with them. And obviously there are things about him that they don't agree with. And Steven doesn't want to disappoint him or feel like he's letting them down. And she's like, they're like, you don't, like, it's okay. But Steven's like, I didn't choose to be gay and I want to like share things that happen. And
well, because his mom says,
oh yeah, his mom says it.
Like, his mom says it's hard for them. They bring in the religion because Cletus says Cletus tells Steven that Steven needs to understand their beliefs. And and that's when Steven, like you said it's a big part of his life. And the mom says that it is really hard for them. But like to not let his choice change him or like change how they think of him. Yeah. And he's like, this isn't a choice.
These are the people that are probably like, it wasn't a choice because the easier choice would have been to like choose not to be gay. Like,
and or he already said last episode, I think, like to choose to be celibate then.
Yeah, well, that's what they expect of him.
Yes.
It's like, don't act on these feelings. So then he just wants to like share things with his family and feel like he's a part of their lives like his siblings are, because they're open to talking. And he says he feels on his own. And then his mom's like, well, we don't want you or anyone to feel that way. And yeah, we talk about the religion, and that's just hard because like they can't agree with that. They believe in the Bible and like all the Bible teaches. And Steven's mom just doesn't know what a solution is because of their beliefs. They don't want to like not believe in the Bible.
But here's my, like, you and I grew up Catholic. I can't
like this.
No.
But we know the Bible.
Yes, but like we grew up Catholic. So yes, this is the way I grew up. But I can't imagine my child coming to me and me being like, just how about you don't talk about that? I feel like I would be in an impasse within me to be like, oh, this is so hard. This is what if I was this religious, like, yeah, oh, this is hard for me, but I would never put that burden on my child.
Also, listen, the Bible teaches a lot of things that not everyone follows. Yeah. So it very much makes me mad that people pick and choose what parts of the Bible. And honestly,
100%.
The McGee's seem like they do all like the kindness and love and acceptance, but it's contradictory, right? Like you have to show kindness and acceptance towards everyone, but not the gays.
Love you. I'm going to be kind to you, but I don't want to hear about any of it.
Yeah, be celibate.
I want you to filter what you're telling me so I don't have to expose myself to this.
And then you'll just be in hell while I'm in heaven.
So it's easier for me to be kind to you.
It's all very like a lot. That's why we're not very religious.
You saying that, like, just saying like there are so many things that people don't follow. I've known that forever, but you just saying that hits so much home to me because it's like, yeah, you're right. Why are we the like thing we're sticking so hard on is that man and woman should be together. But like, again, what happened to like the ultimate commandment of love one another?
Yeah, I only know that because, so background, one of my high school friends came out at the end of high school as bisexual, and someone from my high school that I already don't like was like, oh, like the church isn't going to accept him now because he's like a sinner or something like that. And I was like, I'm sorry, you've had sex before marriage. You could just pick and choose the parts you want to believe in. And he
Yep.
was like, well, that's different. I was like, nope,
Well,
nope.
how?
Abstinence until marriage is in that Bible. So that's why I'm always like, how come you can pick and choose
I'm a
and
big person
not,
of like, who am I to judge? And
who
in the same way you're trying to
cares?
get at, you know, why do I get to be the deciding? I'm not the
You're
deciding
not,
factor if
it's
someone goes to
God.
heaven and hell.
It's fucking God. And that Bible was written so damn long ago. Okay. Rewrite a new one. I'll read that shit.
And I love how
Okay.
Stephen says, and I'm the belief of this, God is the one who made me. So why would God be the
Yes.
one to hate me?
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
But
Off
it's
our
sad.
soapbox of religion. But that's something
This is
we know that like I needed to say
we've
that out
dealt
loud.
with. I mean, like
Yeah.
kids are scared to come out in the like from religious families, and like this is why you see how much Stephen is just so sad and broken, and just like he
Yeah.
wants so, but he's begging for his parents to love all of him, and his
Honestly,
parents are saying no.
I feel like all he's asking for is to be neutral, to be able to talk about it. I don't think he needs a cheerleader or like an overly excited parent or even a parent who's going to go to like gay pride with him and hold his hand. He just wants to be able to tell him about his life, which is so sad.
It just, and even after all of this, his parents say we can agree to disagree on things, and choosing to be gay shouldn't define who you are. And that's when Steven's like, what?
It is me. Yeah.
It's me. It defines a lot of me, right? You're going out on dates with guys, you're trying to find who you are, because
Yep.
like we're taught, especially in religious families, on how to be a man and be straight and be a womanizer or whatever, right? But like those things don't interest you. Steven's running away from bees and like doesn't want, and he wants to
Yeah.
hang out with city rats. And like,
One thing I did notice in this episode is how little of an accent Steven has, but his family has really thick accents. And I
you
wonder
notice
if
it, yeah.
over the 8 years he really got away from it.
Yeah, you can start to lose your accent. I think also like he just doesn't talk to his family and go home as much. Like I don't think I'll ever lose mine because I talk to my parents all the time and like I
Yeah.
revert back. But I think he just lost it.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm sure he wanted to.
I'm sure. And then so yeah, it's just like it's hard. Stephen again opens up about how he can't share his life and he doesn't want to make his parents feel uncomfortable or feel bad, but he feels like they don't even know him.
Yes. This is what I'm saying. He doesn't need everything. He's worried about what he's making his parents feel or think, but they're not worried about what they're doing the opposite.
I just couldn't imagine being like going on dates and like dating someone and I can't tell my parents. And then it's like
that I can't, not that I don't choose to. That's
yeah,
what's
it's just like
insane.
I can't, or like if we're watching a movie, I can't be like, oh, I don't know, Sophia Bush is hot or Blake Lively is hot. Like I can't say that because my parents don't accept that.
I can't say
like,
that I did an activity without my parents asking how it was. I went to the gay pride parade and my parents didn't even ask me how it was.
How was it? Yeah.
I could understand if his parents don't want details yet, if they need time. Again, it's been 8 years, more than 8 years probably. But like the basic thing of I went to gay pride and they didn't even ask, oh, did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Didn't need to ask a bunch of details.
No.
Did you have a good time? They cannot engage in the conversation at all.
It's like they just shut down. If it's not surface level, they just shut it down, which is sad. I want to know how Steven is with his siblings.
Especially the older one.
Yeah, like I want to know if his siblings accept it and maybe like it's just the parents, or if like I don't know, right? Because specifically siblings are usually like more accepting of it.
Yeah.
Kind of see
especially in like closed corridors. You're like, listen, I don't want to upset mom and dad, but like I want to let you know like I love you and support you type of thing.
Yeah, I want to know because I'm nosy.
Me too.
Okay, well, next time we get more drinking, we get a lot of makeouts. Something dies in the cabinet.
Ooh.
Carl has a friend coming to visit. Her name's Lindsay. So it's a girlfriend. Amanda and Kyle fight, and we get it. We get the summer should be fun. Amanda, not fun. And with that, we're gonna do fun, not fun. Yeah. Where Meredith and I pick someone that was fun in the episode and someone that was not fun in the episode.
I'm ready for not fun.
Okay, do your not fun.
It's Lindsay. Not fun.
Not fun. Wait, I'm gonna double it. I'm picking Lindsay too. It was not fun.
I was excited for her taking control of that conversation with Everett. Like I like Steven's advice of like just go grab him because you know when you catch him off guard, when she's
you see
the
real
offensive
him.
person, like he has to be defending himself immediately, and like she should be the aggressor in that conversation if she, like to be in control. But and I think the conversation went really well despite him saying the same things, whatever. But you cannot expect someone at a party to not even talk to the birthday boy.
Lost it and then couldn't apologize the next morning and then would throw the flowers over the balcony. Like you can't even act, you know that while we're like, Lauren, act cool girl
Yeah.
Lindsay is as uncool as it gets. She makes Lauren look like an Eskimo.
Seriously, Lindsay, this episode is Lauren in the bathroom not letting Lindsay leave because she's mad about a conversation that didn't happen.
Like times 5. Like Lindsay is just, I cracked up.
And she swung the pendulum, so fast. Lauren slowly went. Lindsay literally was on cloud 9 with Everett. Like, yep, this is it
fucking
too.
In the woods.
How dare he?
So I'm gonna light his ass on fire and kill him.
Yep.
Yeah, Lindsay was rough this episode. She's gonna get double the not fun. It was rough. Okay, who was just fun?
Not that this was fun, but I think fun is also like I'm really proud of you type of thing. And I'm really proud of Steven for going home and trying to have this conversation with his parents and fighting for what he believes in, because I think that is fun, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it comes to family. Like you don't want to ever ostracize yourself from your family. And it's really hard to have difficult conversations, but you got to stick up for you and you're number one.
Steven was fun. He melts my heart.
He participates in all the family stuff and he's willing to fucking put himself into a beehive. I mean,
not worth it.
If
I would have been like, Dad, you have
love to his parents, why can't they just say how was the Pride Parade? Did you have fun? My
dad could never make me do this. I'm gonna pick, it's controversial, but he made the episode. I'm picking Kyle. This man is so funny. The tea thing, hilarious. He's such an idiot. He was a drunk fucking mess. He's doing those weird push-ups because he went out the night before, messy.
Falling up the stairs.
He pees in that, which I know is gross, but he does it and then he leaves it there as a joke, which just caused drama, which I love. I mean, he pees out the balcony, which is even funnier. And then he falls up the stairs, bringing these flowers that were unwanted, and then continues to argue because he's so drunk. It was just so funny to me.
What's hilarious with the flower tripping is like Everett would have been pissed if that's how they got broken. Lindsay probably would have been thrilled.
Yeah, she would have stepped on it.
Yep.
No, it was just so funny. I love drunk Kyle, and most of this episode was drunk Kyle. I wonder how his friend what was his name? Remember, it was like Juan and he called him like John or something. Oh man, I forgot already.
I know.
I have to go find it really quick
investor.
Now. Do we think that was like 2 episodes ago?
I would say 3, but you're right. It was a name. It
was a Spanish name.
Yes, that I don't know. Yeah, look it up.
We took a small break. It's Julio. Oh, just so bad.
You're right. I just kept thinking Jose.
Kyle fucking cracks me up. That man. Good episode for Kyle. Okay, but this was a fun episode. We did not shut up, but it was worth it. I was cracking.
I mean, one of my favorites. At one point,
my whole face was in my hands because I was just laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. It was great.
Peak season 2, I bet.
Okay, so we still have 3 more episodes. There's no reunion, but stick with us. Remember, we have all the podcasts on the A&M Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. It's all there. It's all the best. You probably won't regret it. There's like a 95% chance you won't regret it. A 5% chance you might. It happens.
95% satisfaction rate from Alicia.
So far.
Well, thanks, guys. Do all the things.